want to tell you guys a little bit about what this budget looks like for education, and it's very ugly. We're looking at about $1.1 billion in cuts to basic education and a 50% reduction in state contributions to higher education. This is absolutely the wrong direction for Pennsylvania, and it represents a fundamental lack of understanding of what it takes for communities and for economies to thrive.
Business manager of IBW Local 64, and I also serve as the president of AFL CIO Rally County. What we like, they're going to attack the standards that we've all worked so hard to achieve. With the political change happening across the country, we felt to focus on our issues and be proactive with the politicians in our area. We're not here to bash the Republicans or the Democratic Party. It's a rally to show concerns we have with legislation in Harrisburg. By showing our strength and determination, we can ensure that we hold on to the future that we all deserve. But this is going to take all of us working together, being proactive, and communicating with the government officials. And that is why we are here today. One example I'd like to bring up on how Harrisburg is going to affect all of us comes with the budget cuts that are being proposed. The cut to education will affect everyone who has children going to college. If these cuts go through, $5,000 extra per year to send your children to state college. And we can't have this. The cuts to the schools at the local levels are just as bad. Schools are already talking about cutting activities and programs. And how do you think we are going to pay for these shortfalls? There's the only way, increasing our taxes. And we can't stand for this. Here. Thanks. Good luck. In Harrisburg, the building trades are under attack with legislation with the effects of prevailing wage act. At this time, I'd ask Joe Battaglia from the Bricklayers and also the Vice President of the AFL CIO. Joe?
Thanks, Joe. I was nervous. Thought I was going to pull a Chase Utley and blurt out a couple curses because this is a private subject. I won't do that, but I'm actually a lifelong Delaware County resident, tile setter by trade. I represent bricklayers and craft workers in the 5 counties. My neighbor's a union laborer. Next to him's a painter. To the left of me is 2 retirees from UFCW. Next door to them, my other neighbor's a postal worker. His wife's a school teacher. A telecommunications worker from IBEW across the street. A bricklayer across the street. And but my neighbors all know that we're under attack right now, and our prevailing wages are being looked at in the wake of what's happening in Wisconsin. And I've been fighting this fight for 23 years now with collective bargaining and being a union member. My father was a tile setter, his father was a tile setter, and we all need to stand together and realize that we're the people that when we go to work in these jobs around our communities here in the schools that are prevailing wages, they're designed to protect our neighbors and keep our neighbors working, not to have somebody come under attack and come in here with an out-of-town worker that's being classified as a subcontractor, not paying any workman's compensation tax. He's not paying any local taxes, and he's skirting every law that there is. And in fact, we're the people that are paying these taxes, that are building these schools and paving these roads. So we need to keep our members and our family members and our neighbors aware of that. And when it comes time, we're going to be the ones fighting to keep these things in place. So we had a good showing today, and in the future, this is just a small example of what we're going to be doing when it does come time. And I don't think it's right that you want to fill the gaps in the budget here with taking away good jobs of the people who work at the liquor stores. You want to sell jobs down the road. Well, go after these contractors that aren't complying. Go after these guys that aren't paying taxes. Go after these contractors that are working for the job. They're going to the hospital and we're paying for it.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for not cursing too.
And the last thing we want to do right now is hinder the development of our students, who are ultimately our future workforce and the people who are going to be driving this economy and helping us get to a full recovery. We know that a strong public education system means a strong economy. and the investments that have been made in public schools in recent years are working. Pennsylvania was the only state to show improvements in every subject and every grade level tested, and it's just a testament to the fact that these types of investments do work and they are good for communities. It's horrendous to think that they're going to make these cuts to education and not ask corporations to pay their fair share. Again, 70% of the corporations in Pennsylvania pay absolutely no taxes. So we really can't afford to make these cuts without actually taking advantage of money that is on the table.